Barrister Untold Rahman. He's chairman of the Bangladesh Jatiya Party. I want to begin by asking Mr. Rahman. Mr. Rahman, firstly, thank you for speaking to NewsX. I want to understand from you, sir, does the law of Bangladesh ensure the right of representation before a court of law?
Yes, it does. Yes, we do.
So, how is it that no lawyer is being allowed to represent Mr. Chinmoy Das?
Okay, this is something I just heard today now from you. No Bangladeshi media has covered it. If it happened, we don't know. You have to understand one thing, that is, these are not isolated happenings. This all started, what we see from here, that is part of a big plot of the fascist regime that fled to India. And you have to understand another thing, that is, when Mr. Chinmoy was arrested, one Bangladeshi lawyer, of course a Muslim lawyer, we have 190 million of Muslim population, was slaughtered by Hindu extremists. I would say any person would slaughter a person or take law in their own hands to such an extent, I would call them extremists, regardless of their religion. But again, and even after that, we as a nation, we are calm. As the Bangladesh National Party acting chairman Tariq Rahman is the largest political party, correctly said, and also addressed to the nation today, saying that we need to be calm, quiet, and see how things works. There is, of course, certain quarters who are exaggerating certain facts. We, Hindu, Christian, all other religion, we live under this country, under the same roof, and we protect our brothers. So if things, this practice that are not representing lawyers, not getting lawyers to represent your case, this has been going on last 2-3 months for different reasons. That is because of the Awami and the fascist regime led by Sheikh Hasina, who fled to India. People were upset with their workers and her party members to such an extent, we couldn't even find lawyers to represent them, and people would attack. This happened first month, and after that, things started cooling down. But today, what you said, I just came to know from you. If it is the case, it's pretty unfortunate, and we will make sure that things go in that way. But whatever is happening, and certain quarters, certain India media quarters, I would say, I'll not blame the complete, is actually trying to pose the fact that Hindus are under attack in this country and things are going that way. But to be quite honest, the reality is somewhat different. It is not happening like this. And true, Mr. Chinmoy was arrested. He happens to be a Hindu. It could have been a Muslim as well. And if he has all the good grounds to get a bail, and I'm sure the law will take
Mr. Rahman, he is not being represented before the court of law. You're saying grounds, if he has good grounds for a bail. This is a person who is a Hindu monk. And yes, in the past few months, when the atrocities on Hindus has risen, he has taken it upon himself to gather the community to demand justice. And today we are saying whether he has grounds or not. The point is that no court is willing to even hear his bail matter because there is no lawyer to represent him in Bangladesh.
No. That is completely disinformation. Whether a lawyer is present or not, that has nothing to do with the court. I am sure that you have been misled, that no court is ready to hear. A person is also capable to present.
Are you saying that Indian media is lying about the fact that two lawyers have been attacked in Bangladesh?
I am not saying Indian media is lying. Indian media is, certain quarters of the Indian media is exaggerating the facts, which is not the ground reality.
Mr. Rahman, have you seen the visuals that have come of Mr. Raman Roy, who was supposed to be the lawyer of Chinmoy Krishna Das?
Actually, no, I haven't seen. And our media here in Bangladesh, the news is not there.
So would you say that the Bangladeshi media is in fact compromised?
I am not saying that. What I'm trying to say that whether the person was attacked or not, this is the case. We don't know. Our media
what I'm surprised about is how is it that nobody in Bangladesh or you as a political leader of Bangladesh is not even aware that Chinmay Krishna Das's case was not heard before the courts today, and that the hearing has been postponed to the 2nd of January next year because no lawyer appeared for him.
Hearing can be postponed for various reasons. It's not necessary that hearing is only postponed because he's a Hindu monk. There are numerous of cases that's why hearings are postponed. Why do you have to say that he's a Hindu? And why do you have to?
I'm not even saying that a Hindu monk's hearing has been postponed. I'm saying Chinmay Das, who is a resident of Bangladesh, a citizen of Bangladesh, his hearing has been postponed because we have learned that no lawyer was allowed to represent him, and dramatic visuals have come of Mr. Raman Roy lying unconscious in the ICU, and you're telling me today that nobody in Bangladesh is even aware of what's happened.
No, we're not. Raman Roy could be there. Was he attacked? Or he had different reason to be there? I mean, in the ICU, he fell ill, he was attacked.
How is it that an absolutely healthy lawyer is suddenly in the ICU just a day before he's supposed to represent Chinmay Krishna Das?
It's the only way you go to ICU when you're attacked. There's any other reason you can't go to ICU?
So you're essentially, Mr. Rahman, completely denying the fact that Raman Roy was attacked by extremists.
I am not completely denying the fact that what I'm trying to say, that is our media. I don't know this. I just came to know it from you. I am not in, and I'm sure if you're saying that he's in ICU, of course he is in ICU if you're saying so, if you have that report or whatever. But there is no such report in Bangladesh in any media claiming that he was attacked and he was taken to ICU. There is no such news in this country as such. And another thing that is, why do you press too much on the fact that it's a Hindu person? I mean, why this religion card is being played in your media?
Okay,
why is that?
Okay, Mr. Rahman, would you agree that it was under the successive governments of Bangladesh that an organization called ISKCON was allowed to establish its roots in Bangladesh, to establish itself in Bangladesh?
I mean, it's okay. I mean, if ISKCON
it's a very simple question, sir. Very simple question. Under successive governments of Bangladesh, was the ISKCON allowed to establish and flourish and set up various, its headquarters within Bangladesh, various offices within Bangladesh? Was it allowed to do that?
Well, ISKCON is here. ISKCON has been working
right, here for ISKCON is there. So why is it today, after so many years, that ISKCON and its priests are being targeted by the Bangladesh government to the point that their bank accounts have been frozen?
Oh, this is a normal practice because we have a case against Mr. Chinmay of sedition, and this is a normal practice that the relevant authorities will go through everything, whether why the funds were used, whether there are any funds there which could be used against the country. There could be many things. So why are you trying to question the investigation of the country? I mean, what is wrong with investigation? If we conduct due diligence investigation, what is the problem with that? Why you are trying to? Why certain quarters in Indian media is trying to show that the Hindus are under trouble in this country? They are not. Just imagine what happened.
Mr. Rahman, have you seen the videos that have come out of Bangladesh?
Have you seen
the attacks that have taken place on Hindus, of temples being desecrated, of Hindu homes being attacked, of Hindus themselves being attacked?
Have you seen the Muslim lawyer that was slaughtered by ISKCON extremists, and after that the complete nation was quiet, calm? Aren't you going to give us any credit for that? The country of 190 million Muslim, where a Muslim lawyer was, when Mr. Chinmay was arrested, was slaughtered by ISKCON extremists, and the whole country was calm, and all the politicians, including the Tariq Rahman of BNP, the acting chairman, he addressed the nation saying, keep calm and quiet, because this is basically, they're trying to provoke us from India. This is the fascist regime who fled to India, sitting there and trying to unsettle the government. That's it. And there's another thing. The Indian diplomacy seriously failed to the extent that last 15 years, they only kept relationship with a singular political party, not with the people of the country. So the people-to-people contact was not there. So when Sheikh Hasina fled this country, Of course, people were unhappy with India, but we again appreciate the fact that India is our neighbor.
So you're unhappy with India, therefore you attack Hindus.
See, you're doing leading question. You can't do that. I've been doing this for 17 years.
So have I, sir.
Yeah.
You're an advocate. I'm a journalist.
You can't.
Very interesting conversation here.
We are attacking Hindu. You say you yourself are pulling it to the Hindu. You didn't reply the fact that have you seen the dead body of the person who was slaughtered here, the Muslim person? We never said a Hindu killed a Muslim. No, we didn't. We say that, okay, fine, Mr. Chinmoy was arrested and some quarter of the people were unhappy.
But we're not alleging that Muslims are attacking Hindus.
We are not.
You are saying that. It seems as though you are saying that.
One thing. We don't need any guardian from outside, any other country, protecting our Hindus. Hindus are our brothers. We live here. Hindu fought in the liberation war with us, and we respect them, and they are our brothers.
Do you think that today, under the Muhammad Yunus government, there is an increase in radical extremist elements in Bangladesh?
Not at all. Not at all. You know what happened, I tell you. Basically, what happened when Awami League fled, when the fascist regime, the killer government fled and were given a safe exit to India, people were unhappy with India. It's okay. It's all right. It's understandable. But, there have been attacks. True, there have been attacks, reactions, and things on Awami League supporters. There could be Hindus there, but there were not Hindus were targeted. Of course, Awami Leagues were targeted all around the country because of the 15 years atrocity, killing, forced disappearance, murders, atrocities they committed. So that's nothing to do with religion.
Do you think it's fair that Chinmoy Das is not getting representation and that he should be behind bars in jail?
Every person being a citizen and a lawyer of the country and a politician, every person.
What will the Bangladesh Jatiya Party do about this?
Today in Dhaka University, we had a Hindu procession saying, India, you're overreacting, some of the medias. I would not say India, but we say overreacting. Some of the quarters overreacting probably to earn some cookie points in Indian politics, just to show that Bangladeshi Hindus are in trouble and they are beside us, and which is they're beside the Hindus. Just to, I was surprised to see Mamata Banerjee asking for the United Nations help in Bangladesh security force. Nothing is going on in this country, for God. There's nothing.
Mr. Das, are you denying the processions that have been taken out against Durga Puja, of Hindus being told that don't celebrate Durga Puja this year?
Look, I tell you one thing. 1%, 2%, 3% going to a mandir and telling them not to do it.
It's not one or two people, sir. There are videos that have come out. There's videographical evidence that has come out. We're playing it out on our screens right now. How mobs have ghair out temples in Bangladesh. The Bangladeshi army and police force attacking Hindus in the middle of the night.
No, I don't know what. I tell you one thing. This approach of yours will take you further away from us. Stop it. Don't do this. I'm telling you. This approach in some of the parts of the Indian media will take you. You have done enough. You must come back to the, the Gujarat, the Gujarat doctrine you had. You are our neighbor. We are there. We have our self-respect. You have, right? And we'll be there. That's it. But are you there?
Yes, I am. Please go ahead.
I'm telling you, these are people hate Awami League now at this point of time. And people who were angry and upset because India supported this fascist regime which existed then for 3 terms. People are upset with it. Now India should realize to make contact with the people of the country. Yeah.
Why is it India's responsibility, sir?
I'm sorry?
Why is it India's responsibility? How is this India's responsibility? India, as a nation, as your neighbor, has to maintain relations with whatever government is there.
Because India interferes with our domestic politics.
India is interfering with your politics, and okay, so your allegation is that India has been interfering with Bangladeshi politics.
Yes, last 15, 16, 17 years.
How do you justify Mr. Yunus's connections with the Clintons and the Obamas in America?
Oh, that had his personal capacity. Mr. Clinton, Mr. Yunus is a global asset. He's a person of very high profile and dignity. He knew Obama, Clinton, everyone. Years before you joined, as the head of this caretaker interim government, Mr. Yunus is a world-renowned figure. So, his relationship was personal with America or the rest of the world. You can't compare that with your scenario with Bangladesh.
And he just happens to be the person who's chosen to lead the nation. As soon as Sheikh Hasina has fled the country, he just happens to be the person who's chosen to lead Bangladesh, and then he goes and introduces 3 students and says that this was not a spontaneous protest. However, it was a well thought out strategy of the students of Bangladesh to oust Sheikh Hasina. It's on record. He has said this on record.
What is wrong with that? What is wrong with that? If it was a well thought one, well, what is wrong with that? Why do you think it's wrong? It's wrong. Sheikh Hasina was immensely unpopular in this country. She fled the country. You know, she was prime minister 3 times without vote. You know, and India supported it right and left. And you know, when she fled, how come all her party members were there when she fled? How come they weren't there? You know, supposedly she was so powerful and so popular as such, and she was prime minister for 3 times. How come when she fled? How come her party members were not beside her? Why?
Do you think it's fair?
It's a well strategy by the students or whatever. So what is the problem with that? If Yusuf went
Mr. Rahman, do you think it's fair for Hindus in Bangladesh to live in fear simply because Sheikh Hasina has been ousted from the nation?
No, it's not. And they're not living in fear. We have Hindu procession going on every day, pledging to India, please stop it. Don't do this. We are fine. We had a Hindu. You know what? My student wing president is a Hindu. So
what does that prove?
That proves that we have nothing against them. We treat them as our brothers.
But you think that Hindu monks within ISKCON are terrorists?
Oh, I like the way you say it. You're trying to put words in my mouth, badgering me. I never said that. I said any Hindu
I'm asking,
Muslim,
sir. I've never said that you've said it. I'm not saying that you've said it.
No,
Don't be confused, please. I'm asking you a very pointed question.
Any person has nothing to do with religion. There's nothing called Muslim terrorist, Hindu terrorist, nothing like that. Any person or extremist, any person who take law in their own hands is an extremist, is a terrorist. It doesn't matter where Hindu.
How did Chinmay Das or other people part of a peaceful protest take law into their own hands? Were they wrong to exercise their right to a protest and demand that Hindus be protected in the country?
Oh, he was not arrested for that. He was arrested because of a sedition charge where he put a certain flag over our flag. So that was a normal charge. I think the Hindu ISKCON reacted disproportionately, trying to pose that he was arrested because he was a Hindu, which is untrue. Simple. And then they killed one of our brothers, and we didn't react. We never said that Hindu killed a Muslim. We said, fine, it was a mob, it was a mob, and it happened. The whole country became standstill. That, okay, fine. We never named it that, okay, a Hindu killed a Muslim lawyer. No, we didn't. We didn't do that. So if we were eager to do it, then we could have instigated, which of course the Awami League sitting in India wanted, that a riot happens and so that it justifies. And I think some politicians are doing it to justify the fact that their miserable failure with everything, with Sri Lanka, Nepal, Maldives, and now Bangladesh. Indian foreign policy failed miserably. And they're trying to justify on some cookie points that, okay, Hindus in Bangladesh are under attack and we must support them and gain some popularity in local politics. Otherwise, nothing is happening. Nothing's happening. I invite you, come to Bangladesh and see what is going on.
Okay, surely, because clearly the reports that we are receiving, you're denying them squarely and entirely on Indian media. Thank you so much, Mr. Rahman, for joining.